Fans, buckle up, because what just went down between the Atlanta Dream and the Indiana Fever has the entire WNBA world talking. On live TV, the Atlanta Dream tried to spin a narrative about Caitlin Clark and Fever fans, but guess what? They got busted. That's right. Cameras, mics, and the fans themselves exposed the truth. And now, people are calling out the Atlanta Dream for straight-up lying. This isn't just about basketball. This is about respect, about integrity, about how far some will go to tear down Caitlin Clark and the fan base that's carried the WNBA to record-breaking levels. So what exactly did the Atlanta Dream say? How were they caught red-handed? And why are Fever fans now turning this into one of the biggest stories of the season? Let's break it down. The heated rivalry. The Indiana Fever and the Atlanta Dream have quietly become one of the spiciest rivalries in the WNBA. Every game between them feels personal. Hard fouls, trash talk, and chippy play dominate the court whenever Caitlin Clark is involved. But this matchup wasn't just about basketball. Tensions had been brewing for weeks. Fever fans accused Atlanta of targeting Clark physically, while Dream supporters insisted Indiana was overhyped. Heading into this game, the storyline was clear. Could Caitlin Clark and her Fever teammates prove they weren't just media darlings, but legit contenders? And when the Fever walked into Atlanta's arena, it wasn't just Indiana's players showing up. Fever fans traveled in massive numbers, making their presence impossible to ignore. That's where things got interesting, because the Atlanta Dream would soon regret what they said about it. The lie on live TV. During the live broadcast, Atlanta's commentators and even team staff tried pushing a shocking claim that Indiana Fever fans weren't really there, and that Caitlin Clark's impact was being exaggerated. Seriously, cameras literally showed Fever jerseys flooding the stands. Chants of "Let's go Fever" echoed through the arena. Yet, the narrative from Atlanta's side was clear. This is our house. Fever fans don't matter here. But here's the problem. Live microphones and camera angles immediately contradicted their words. Fans at home could clearly see and hear the opposite. Social media lit up instantly. One fan tweeted, "Are the Dream blind? The whole arena is screaming for Caitlin." Another joked, "This is the worst lie ever told on live TV." The Atlanta Dream thought they could downplay the Fever. Instead, they exposed themselves. Caitlin Clark's presence changes everything. Here's what the Atlanta Dream don't want to admit. Caitlin Clark is the reason their arena was even close to sold out. This is a rookie who's broken attendance records in nearly every city. She's the reason ticket prices spike, why kids show up in jerseys, why broadcasters even double down on coverage. Even when she's on the bench, Clark is the attraction. In Atlanta, you could see kids crying happy tears just for a chance to wave at her. Whole families drove hours wearing Fever colors, not Dream jerseys. So when the Dream claimed the fans weren't there for Caitlin, everyone knew it was nonsense. The truth is simple. Whether they admit it or not, Caitlin Clark is lifting not just the Fever, but the entire WNBA. Atlanta's denial only made them look insecure. Fever fans drown out the Dream. The wildest part of the night wasn't just the lies being told. It was how loud Fever Nation was inside Atlanta's own arena. Every time Caitlin Clark touched the ball, the cheers were deafening. When Aaliyah Boston scored in the paint, the crowd roared. Even routine free throws had the building sounding more like Indianapolis than Atlanta. By the fourth quarter, broadcasters could barely ignore it anymore. The mics picked up chants of "Caitlin, Caitlin," and "Let's go Fever," echoing across the building. Atlanta fans tried to clap back, but they were completely drowned out. It was embarrassing for the Dream to be out-cheered in their own house. And here's the kicker. Fever fans on social media bragged about it, posting clips that quickly went viral. The Dream wanted to downplay Clark's influence, but the receipts told a very different story. The dirty play that sparked outrage. As if lying about the crowd wasn't enough, the game itself added fuel to the fire. Late in the second quarter, an Atlanta Dream veteran delivered a hard foul on Caitlin Clark, one that fans immediately labeled as dirty. Clark hit the floor, and the arena gasped. Replay showed clear, unnecessary contact, yet refs only called a common foul. Fever fans erupted. furious that once again Clark wasn't being protected. Social media blew up. Clips of the foul circulated instantly, with fans tagging the WNBA and demanding accountability. And here's where it circles back. While Atlanta claimed Fever fans weren't a factor, the crowd's reaction told the real story. Thousands booed the dream and rallied behind Caitlin, making it crystal clear who the fans were there for. It wasn't just about basketball anymore. It was about justice. Post-game spin backfires. After the game, Atlanta Dream players and even their coach doubled down in post-game interviews. They tried brushing off the Fever fan presence, insisting it was business as usual, but reporters weren't buying it. Journalists who attended live described the arena as basically a Fever takeover. Multiple media outlets even ran headlines highlighting how Clark's presence overshadowed the dream at home. The more Atlanta tried to deny it, the worse it looked. Instead of focusing on their performance, they made themselves the story, and not in a good way. One analyst said it best: "The dream lost twice tonight, once on the scoreboard, and once in credibility." Their spin attempt had backfired completely, making Caitlin Clark and Fever Nation look stronger than ever. Fever players rally around Clark. While the Dream were busy embarrassing themselves, Caitlin's teammates stepped up to defend her. Aaliyah Boston praised the Fever fans, saying, "You could hear them everywhere. They gave us energy." Kelsey Mitchell chimed in, "Caitlin's changing the game. Anybody denying that is just lying to themselves." And Lexi Hull? She didn't hold back, firing a subtle shot in her post-game comments. "We appreciate the fans who traveled. You can't hide what was obvious in the building tonight." It wasn't just words, either. The Fever backed it up with a strong team performance, proving they weren't going to let Atlanta's antics shake them. If anything, the lies from the Dream only strengthened the Fever's bond and made Clark's star shine brighter. Fans demand accountability. The fan response after the game was overwhelming. On Twitter, hashtags like #FeverNationTakeover and #ClarkEffect trended all night. Thousands of fans called out the Dream for lying, tagging the WNBA to demand transparency. Videos of the Fever chants went viral on TikTok, racking up millions of views. One clip even showed a group of Atlanta fans leaving early while Fever supporters stayed loud until the final buzzer. The message from fans was clear: stop disrespecting Caitlin Clark and stop lying about her impact. Even neutral observers weighed in, with some journalists saying the Dream had crossed a line by trying to rewrite reality. For Atlanta, the damage was done. Their credibility had taken a massive hit, and the receipts were all over the internet. The bigger picture: WNBA's growing divide. This incident isn't just about one game. It reflects a bigger problem brewing in the WNBA: the divide between Caitlin Clark's star power and the rest of the league's response to it. Some teams embrace her impact, grateful for the sold-out arenas and national attention. Others, they resent it, acting like her fame somehow diminishes their own contributions. The Atlanta Dream's lies are a perfect example of that resentment boiling over. Instead of celebrating the growth Caitlin brings, they tried to minimize it, and ended up humiliating themselves in the process. But here's the truth: the WNBA can't afford to downplay Clark. She's the engine driving revenue, ratings, and relevance. Without her, the league wouldn't be anywhere close to this spotlight. The bigger picture is clear, and Atlanta is on the wrong side of history. The final verdict. So what's the bottom line? The Atlanta Dream got busted on live TV for lying about Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever fans. They tried to spin a false narrative, and instead they exposed themselves. Fever Nation showed up in force. The chants, the jerseys, the energy, all undeniable. Caitlin Clark once again proved she's not just a rookie, not just a star, but a generational force changing the game. And the Dream? They're left with egg on their face, their credibility shot, and fans everywhere mocking their failed attempt at damage control. In the end, it's simple. You can't lie when the receipts are this obvious. Caitlin Clark won the night. Fever fans won the night. And the Atlanta Dream? They lost far more than just a game. So here's my question for you. Do you think the Atlanta Dream disrespected Caitlin Clark and Fever fans on purpose? Or was this just pure denial? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, down arrow. Smash that like button if you're riding with Caitlin Clark and Fever Nation. And don't forget to subscribe for more WNBA drama, highlights, and breakdowns. Because if this season has taught us anything, it's this. When it comes to Caitlin Clark, the truth can't be hidden. And the receipts? They're always ready.